Record on this computer. All right. Hey guys, welcome to our Sunday night power plan. It is May 22nd. We're in the last full week of the month of May. So we have a lot to do today. I hope you came prepared with your blank 54321 for the week, your completed 54321 from your lifetime, basically. A calculator or a second device to get on the Zoom we're on the Zoom. What is this? To get on the cloud. And then your customer tracking calendar or whatever it is that you're using to track your calendars. And I know everything I just rattled off, some of you are just using a notebook, and that's okay too. I don't care how you do it. I just want you to do it with us. Oh, and obviously a calendar, a planner, or whatever. So the first thing we're going to do is what we start every power planning off with, and we're going to do our rate of run. So what you need to do is get logged into your cloud. And I should be there, but I'm not. All right, so right there on that very main page on your first, right when you log in, you're going to scroll down until you see the business dashboard. I'm not logging in for some reason. Here we go. All right, so you're going to go down till you see the business dashboard. Under that, where it says business snapshot, click on that gray bar. It's going to drop down a bunch of information for you. Under the qualification gray bar, look for current QV. All right, so that is the current Q, that's current qualified volume that you and everyone on your team, your promoters, their promoters, your customers, their referrals, everybody that has signed up under you, that's the total that they have done so far this month. So we're going to take that total, whatever your dollar amount is that you're looking at, and you're going to divide it by 22 because today's the 22nd day of the month and we're trying to find out what your daily average volume is. Oh, I clearly have hit a wrong number. Hang on a second here. Divided by. Okay, so now you're looking at a much smaller number, but that much smaller number is your daily average. It's what you and the team are plugging for with every day on average. So we're going to take that smaller number. We're going to multiply it by 31 because why? Because there's 31 days in May. So if you keep up at the rate you've been running, the new big number that you're looking at is what you are on track to end the month at. Please remember, you're only on track to end the month at this. You are not guaranteed to end the month at this. This is just to give you a little eye-opening of where you're at versus where it is you want to be. And I don't know where you want to be, only you know that. So you can now look at those two numbers and say, oh crap, or heck yeah, I don't know. We've already had all the auto ships except one. So there's some volume there. We do have a couple days left of a promo. We're going to go through all that stuff in detail. But so there are possibilities built in already to help raise this number that you're looking at. But you guys, it's 9 days left of the month. This is when it's like all in, blinders on, no stone left unturned. This is where we're going to get really serious about who we're talking to, why we're talking to them, and pushing the needle forward. Because even if you're looking at a number and you're like, wow, that's really far from where I want to go. What you do these last 9 days is going to set you up for June. And you can either stop what you're doing right now and basically screw up the first 2 weeks of June, or you can plug away no matter what number you're looking at and dive into June head first, ready to go. And I would be remiss if I don't keep sharing this story with you. The last 11 hours of April, Samantha Cox needed 14. I forget. She needed so much, but anyway, she did $15,000 as a team in the last 11 hours of the month. So don't look at your number and consider it a death sentence. Just know that you're either looking at that number and you're thinking, man, I got to go all in and say all my prayers, or you got to go, wow, I've been all in and I've said all my prayers and we are on track and I'm excited. Rate of run is not to discourage you. It is to keep you just knowledgeable. You guys, this is a business. If you don't know what your numbers are, how do you know if what you're doing is working? I mean, you know, like, I'm sure you know people in business who think they're doing great and awesome. And you're like, oh, not really, because no one, you know, blah, blah, blah. They're not looking at their numbers. They have no idea. They got like a customer and they're like, sweet, I'm amazing. No, you needed 20 to be amazing. So you have to know these numbers. That's why we always start with rate of run. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have an auto ship coming up. So what we're going to do now, you're going to still be in your cloud. I had to get logged back in, sorry. This time you're going to go up to the menu button. You're going to go to the My Team. You're going to click My Customers. And at the top where it says customer number, customer name, email, scroll all the way to the right until you see the last box that says Next Auto Ship. You're going to click on that box twice, like actually click on the words that say Next Auto Ship, click on it twice. That's going to populate for you your auto ships by date. So we want to look for anybody that has a 525 auto ship, and we want to write their names down. And where do we write them? We're going to write them on our, I have too many things on my desk, hang on. We're going to write them on our fresh, brand spanking new, clean as a whistle, 54321 sheet. We're going to put them on Monday under follow-ups. Because why? Because we're going to talk to these people. We're going to get a conversation going with them tomorrow morning about what their weekend held, how their last week went. We're going to go back into our messenger. We're going to see what our last conversation was with them. Maybe you haven't spoken to this person since this same time last month. So did they make a change? Did they switch from vanilla to chocolate? Did they go from regular to vegan? Did they give up the black label and try burn? Like, what's happening with them? How are they feeling? You should have talked to them at least once in between here, but whatever, maybe you haven't, right? Sometimes life happens. So we're going to write those names down. So I'm going to give you just a couple minutes. Anyone's name, or I'm sorry, yeah, anyone's name who says they're going to have an auto ship on 525. We want to get those names written down now, Monday, in the follow-up category. And if you don't have names, that's okay. You will. That's a surprise. I got a surprise name. That's exciting. Huh. Okay. Now, if you want, you can also write down names for people who have auto ships coming up on June 5th. If you want to start planning ahead, I would go ahead and put their names on maybe say Friday, like thinking ahead. We'll be back together again on Sunday, so I will remind you about them next week anyway. But remember, when you reach out to these people, you are not sending them a message saying, hey, April, your auto ship comes out on the 25th. Just wanted to remind you, bye. You're not saying that. You're going to find out what's going on in their life. If you are probably anywhere in the United States right now, you are surrounded by graduations. That's all my Facebook and Instagram feed is right now. Everyone under the sun is graduating. And so there's a lot of moms, probably particularly, that have been planning parties and working and crying because their child's, going off to school, or some of them might be planning parties and celebrating because their child's going off to college or coming, whatever. Oh yeah, Sandra's been, Sandra was a teacher, so she's been to a million graduation parties. This is like her season. She gets to see all of her babies grow up. But so maybe you get a conversation, hey, how was the weekend? And they, maybe Sandra's your customer and you're like, gosh, how was your weekend? And she's like, wow, I had 7 graduation parties on Saturday and I had 5 on Sunday, and it was a lot. Maybe it's a lot because her knee hurts. Maybe it's a lot because she was tired. Maybe it's a lot because she was unable to buy gifts for all those people. I don't know. You're going to have conversations with her. You're going to find out what's going on. This could be an opportunity for you to talk about Move Gel. This could be an opportunity for you to talk about switching to Promoter. There are so many things you could be talking to your customers about, but you have to find out what's going on in their life. If you don't know what's happening and you just throw out, hey, we have this great new product. Well, what good is the new product going to do if it's not something relatable? Sandra says, my reach outs this weekend have all been belly to belly at parties. Nice. Isn't that exciting? Oh, it's so nice to be back out in the real world with humans. So keep that in mind. Also, remember, if someone comes back to you and says, oh my gosh, when you finally get to the point about, hey, you mentioned you were so busy and your knee was bothering you, why don't we try adding Move Gel to your upcoming auto ship? And they say, oh my gosh, I forgot about that. I have to cancel that one. Do not panic. We have options. Okay, great. Not a problem. Would June 5th or June 10th work better for you? Just walk them through it, you guys. Don't panic. You don't have to lose a customer. Everyone has life going on. Something might be happening somewhere to somebody. So just keep that in mind that you have options. Or maybe they forgot. Maybe they did BOGO last month and they're like, oh gosh, I don't need all that stuff. Okay, well, we're going to take the regular stuff off, but let's put that Move Gel on for you, or add the Move Gel, because it really sounds like that would be benefit. Like, you just remember, you're going to offer them help with whatever it is they have going on. So that's for the 25th. And like I said, you can also write down names for the 5th. I would just do them a little later in the week. You guys, we have 2 days left, 2 full days left, plus today, for the double, triple promo. I feel like most team leaders have gone into their own team pages or chats. They've explained the promo to people. If you haven't, get off of this Zoom right now and go do it. Your team needs to know, because they only have 48 hours left to make this promo work for them. This is a promo that you can really use to build your business. This is also a promo that you could accidentally use detrimentally for your business. I screwed up early on as a promoter, and I would sell as many promoter packs as I could, and I would give everybody all my commission back. And I created a lot of people who felt like they should get half off every time they order. I created a lot of non-promoting promoters. So I don't treat it that way anymore. And if you're in that same pickle, I would encourage you not to treat it that way anymore. I just reach out to 4 to 5 people and say, hey, the rebate's back. If you want in, let me know. And then I'm done. And it's the same people who've done it. I don't ever really advertise it to new people. But this is your opportunity. If you've been working with somebody about, like, if you've been talking to someone about the business opportunity, you can let them know, yes, there's this great promotion. It's an awesome deal. They can do the $400 pack, and then you could throw something else in. So think about it, guys. The $400 pack automatically comes with a free full-size box of either Balance, Activate, and blanking, Sculpt, and something else. Like, there's options. That could be their gift. How cool would that be for you to sell, get triple commission, and they get the free gift from the company and you keep all the cash, and they're like all in, ready to promote and run, right? You don't have to give away the farm. You do not have to treat every promo as a swinging door for people who want a good deal. But like I said, I have some people who that's the way they were born and raised, and that's how they will always be now because I raised them that way. So I'm just not spreading that to any of my newbies. But definitely use this. This is a great time for you to have the opportunity to at least double your commission. I don't know about you, but I've never had a regular employer offer to double my pay for the heck of it, like ever, never. So take advantage of it. Get out there and work your business. Talk to all the people. You guys have been on these power plans with me for how many months now, whatever. You should have an entire stack of 54321s of people that you could be following up with, that you've talked about the opportunity with before. Go back, maybe, if you've been doing your opportunity lives, go back and see who commented, go back and see who watched. If you're going into your stories and you're talking about the opportunity and what it's done for you and your family, go back and look who watched. On Instagram, you guys can go into your archived stories and you can still see who was watching. You can still see what was going on. And again, just because somebody watched your story doesn't mean they want to join your company. Okay. Don't run like that. I did not say that. Because I would have so many people that thought I wanted to join their company if that was the case. But just kind of look for a theme. Like maybe that's a person you haven't talked to in a while that you forgot to talk to. It's just, to me, it's an indicator of someone I can start a conversation with. Again, the conversation will be about them. I'm going to find out what's going on with them. And I will find a way to see if there is a need for something I have. But just keep that in mind when you're trying to do your reach outs. Okay. So I did double, triple, rate of run, auto ships. All right, so let's do a little planning for the week, since that's what we're here for now that we've done all that. So for your Monday reach outs, I just gave you several ideas of how to reach out to people. Obviously, going through your social media, looking for events that happened over the weekend. This is also wedding season around here. I know all the weddings have kicked off. I don't know, Facebook is just, and Instagram are just like booming with people doing things and going places. So that to me is the easiest way to do reach outs. One of my favorite ways to do reach outs every single morning is to hop in stories. And if you're a Thriver, I don't follow you. And if you are a Thriver that I maybe do follow, like, one of my level ones who I've been best friends with for 20 some years, Sandra Delbeck, I sometimes I go past you, and it's not because I don't love you. I'm working my job. So I scroll past you. I find a non-Thriver. I see what the heck they've been doing. If it's someone I haven't talked to in a while, I will immediately send a comment, make a comment on their story, because where does that go, you guys? That goes right into their messenger. Facebook and Instagram are fun. Hearts are fun. Comments are fun. Messenger is where you make money. So it's one thing to have fun, but I'm here to make money. So make sure you're getting into Messenger somehow. You guys, when you're doing your reach outs, keep in mind the 3-2-1s, especially on your new people. Like 3 of their pictures, comment on 2, send them a question in Messenger. Not everyone uses stories. I have a lot of people that use stories on my feed, but most of them are in business using social media for business. So it's rare that you have like everyone using stories, because that's still kind of different for the average person. But like over the weekend, I mean, one of the easiest questions you could be asking people right now So let's say someone was at a wedding. It's easy to like 3 pictures. It's easy to comment. The flowers are beautiful. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy for them. Like whatever. And then immediately you can go into Messenger. That setting was so beautiful. Where was that wedding at? Or where are they going on their honeymoon? Or her dress was amazing. Where did you guys end up finding it at? Like there's so many things you can ask about a wedding, and people love to talk about weddings. Same with graduations. Who, like what college are they going to, or what, I like to say, what are their plans now that they've graduated? Because not everyone's going to college. Some people are going to trade school and all the things. So I just say, what are their plans now that they graduated? I don't know, like, you just have to be curious. If you want to make money, be curious. I don't care what kind of money you're making. I don't care where you work, what you're doing. Be curious about humans, because humans are the ones holding the money. And if you want them to trade money, you got to be curious about them. You got to find what makes them tick. So be curious in your reach outs. Always end your reach out somehow in Messenger. Always. Same with your follow-ups. You guys, follow-ups are anything from following up with a sample, following up with someone you spoke with last week. Maybe you got a conversation started with someone last week, and then it kind of fiddled away over the weekend. Fire that back up if possible. There's so many ways to do follow-ups. Your social media post. I know I preach this every week, but I'm here to preach it again. If you aren't in there making reels or TikToks or whatever the heck you want to call them, or whatever platform you want to be on, you are missing the boat. Plain and simple. And remember, I think we talked about this. Instagram has actually made a huge announcement that they are favoring original content over the remakes. So in other words, the voiceovers, like where you lip sync to the whatever, the sound, those are good. They love them. They're still pushing reels out in front of everything. But when it's your voice, and it's like your original content, that gets played more. They are going to show that to more people because they want people to be. It's just so funny to me, because Instagram used to be about like, take the perfect square picture, everyone pose, no one look at the camera, filter it, Photoshop, filter it one more time, get the lighting just right, post it. And now they're like, no, we want to see you with your hair sticking out. We want to see you with your morning breath. We want to see you with your clothes with wrinkles, and we want to hear your actual voice. So here's my thing. Thank God, because I'm not a photographer and I don't have all day to filter and edit things, but I can talk to this little box like all day. And please remember, it's super important in your stories to be talking. Like, stories are tricky because it's so easy just to film something really quick or take a picture really quick, because it is kind of like the behind the scenes, but you've got to show your face and talk on your stories. And you guys, make sure your Instagram is set to automatically save everything to your telephone. That's how old I am. To your cell phone, to your camera roll. Make sure it automatically saves everything, because once you do a story and you've just saved it to your phone, you can immediately turn around, go to create reel, and you can upload those story clips and make a reel. So I just made a kind of an embarrassing story about, we're leaving for a trip tomorrow and I have a new dog sitter, and I am one of those dog moms, and I had everything laid out. I mean, it's a little glimpse into my mind, but I just did a story about it really quick. I talked to my little computer here, and then I filmed what I was showing for the dog sitter, and then I came back to it. That took up, I think, 2 or 3 clips in my story. It saved to my camera roll. I immediately went into create a reel. I said, select multiple. I put all 3 of them in there. I clicked add, and voila, all 3 of them now run like continuously, and it's now a reel also. So yes, I'm reusing my content, but not everyone who's watching my stories are watching my reels. Not everyone watching my reels are watching my stories. So I'm covering it both ways. Work smarter, not harder. Save yourself time. And I highly encourage you, when you're doing those stories, make sure you're using the captions, the automatic captions, because most people are watching these, but they don't have the sound on. On the weekend, they might, but remember, Monday through Friday, they're at work and they're supposed to be busy at work, but they're watching your social media. So always use the captions to make it easier on them. Obviously, you still need to be making posts here and there, but I will tell you, I no longer feel the need to make 3 posts a day, because I probably make anywhere between 4 to 10 stories a day, and I make 2 to 5 reels a day. So I throw a post in there for the hell of it every blue moon, but I don't, those are not, and you guys are probably seeing this with your interactions on Facebook or in Instagram. And I know there's other platforms. Those are just the 2 I use, so please take that with a grain of salt. Names added to your list. How many of you were dead set after we had this whole conversation last week? How many of you were dead set on adding 2 friends a day on Facebook? Okay. So that's 14 people that you added. Let's say 30% of them added you back. Did you guys talk to your new friends? Did you look at their profile? Did you peek around? Did you 3-2-1 them? Did you like 3 photos? Comment on 2? Send them a message? Some. Okay, good. That's a start. When people look at me and they're like, I don't have anyone else to reach out to. Well, it's because you're not adding friends. You're not connecting. You're not growing your network. So Sandra Dilbeck is the example. She was at graduation parties, belly to belly. So she was talking. She went there for a student that she knew and parents that she knew. And I can guarantee there was a bunch of people at these parties she didn't totally know. She might have kind of knew them. She might have seen their name before, might have known their face, but she didn't know them, but I'm sure she didn't ignore them, right? I'm sure she said hi. I'm sure she had conversations. It's the same thing on Facebook, you guys. It's just one big cocktail party on Facebook. If Facebook tells you you have mutual friends, click the friend button. I look at their name now because I have to write their name down on my sheet, but I just find friends, click, 2 added. Now, do they always add me back? No, but I'm putting forth the effort. And if you don't put forth the effort, I can guarantee they're not going to friend you back. But if you're putting the effort into finding 2 new people a day to add to your network, I told you guys last week, my Facebook is actually to the point now where I'm a little bit confused because I don't know all these people that well. So I'm learning about a lot of new people, but that is how I'm going to grow my business. Talking to the same 82 cousins that I have and all my friends from high school, that's not going to grow my business. Strangers will grow your business. The next time you get nervous about talking to a stranger, I want you to remember that strangers will grow your business. If you had to open a store right now, if you had to have a Thrive store and you had to stock your shelves and you had to flip the sign and unlock the door every day, you are not waiting on your cousins and your aunt and your uncle and your friend from high school and your neighbor down the street. They are not going to come in every day and pay your bills. Strangers are going to come in every day and pay your bills. So it's the same thing with your social media. That's why we have you show up every day of the week consistently on social media, because if you don't, then you might as well have locked the door and turned the lights out for your store, right? You got to be on there every single day. Do you have to peddle your merchandise every single day? No, but you have to be exciting. You have to educate. You have to inspire. You have to entertain. You'd like dance monkey, right? Dance monkey dance. But that's how you get people to start following you, start paying attention to what you're doing. And then they start asking things like, what was that shake you were making this morning? What's that sticker on your arm? What was that trip you went on? That's when people start to care because you show up consistently. And then obviously you have your connect with a leader. Make all the group chats possible. Like make group chats. Get out of your own way. A group chat is not for you. It is for whoever you are connecting, whether it's a potential customer, an existing customer, or maybe even a promoter. And especially if it's a promoter, especially if it's a new promoter, make sure that new promoter is connected to you plus an upline. Unless you want to have to be at someone's beck and call, unless you want to have to look at your phone 24/7 to answer all the questions, put them in an upline chat. Let other people help you navigate this new promoter. Let other people help you coach this new promoter through VIP. And don't, okay, yeah, I'm getting to that one too, Sam. 1,000%. But make sure you're putting them in upline chats so that they have more support than just you. You guys, none of us know what tomorrow brings. So Sonia woke up last week and she just woke up and didn't feel good. She had a cold. Not the end of the world. Why? Because Sonia has her promoters in upline chats. So when Sonia wasn't feeling well and somebody needed a question answered, somebody was there to answer that question. That person wasn't like ghosted, thinking like lost and left over, right? And then one of the most powerful things that we've been doing in our boot camps that we've been running is we are having people purposely reach out to a leader every week, at least one leader that they don't normally talk to. Like you guys know who you normally talk to, right? You got an upline that's on speed dial, basically. You probably got a side sister that's you're in a group chat with, like it's like, that's good. You want that. However, if you want to grow, you have to learn from other people. Now, don't go to someone and say, hey, I need to learn from someone new. I've got this list and I want to make sure I'm connecting with a leader, and it's got to be somebody I don't normally connect with. And I don't normally connect with you. So I'm going to ask you a question. Like nothing makes anyone feel quite as special as being a check mark on someone's list. right? And I'm only saying that because I've heard that message several times. I don't want to be a check mark. I don't. I like to be on Zooms. I like to teach people this way. I'm more than happy to answer questions in Messenger, telephones, whatever. But I want to genuinely connect with these leaders. You guys, there is a plethora of amazing, intelligent women, probably a couple guys, but I'm here for the girls. Learn from them. What do they do? How do they do it? How did they decide to change from this to that? Especially like if you've been here a while like me, learn from the new people. Like I hear people all the time, well, so-and-so's new and she's like, oh, she's doing so good. Oh my gosh, go learn from her. Like, what is she doing? Like, what does she know that you don't know? Because I want to know what she now knows, right? So learn from these people. Please don't make them a check mark on your list. Okay, so if you are looking at your customer, I'm sorry that I got a little tangent there. If you're looking at your customer, this is the one I use. This is just a blank calendar of May, okay? So some sort of blank calendar that is dedicated to nothing more than your customers should be in front of you. This actually just slips into my planner, okay? So on this in green, I have anyone's name who is using the detox product, and I have the day that they start their detox, right? So we have a customer group and we have a detox group. If you don't have one, you can start one. This is free world, it's your business. But not everyone got their shipment on time. So some people started on the 11th and some people started on the 14th. So I keep track who's on what day. When it comes to your E60 packages, who ordered, who's on what day. Are they on day 2? Are they on day 832? I don't know, but you got to keep track of these people. And another great thing you can keep track of here also are samples. Who's sampling? Did you mail it? Did you mail it on Monday and they should be getting it on Wednesday? So make a little note on so let's say Wednesday, the 25th, I'm going to make a little note. Roxy's sample should arrive today. I'm going to check in with her or I'll track it, whatever, like you've got the power in both directions. So let's say I see that it arrived on the 25th or I see it's scheduled for the 26th. Either way, I'm going to reach out. Hey, Roxy, your sample's on the way. It says it's tracking to show up on your door today, this afternoon. Let me know when it gets there, or it's supposed to show up tomorrow. Let me know when it gets there. Stay in contact with these people. My favorite is when people are like, I don't want to bug them. Oh, okay. So what about the person who just bought an E60 pack for $320 and now they're not exactly sure how to use it and you're not bugging them, right? Bug them, be the voice, and you don't have to bug them. I'm just being smarty pants with that. Be supportive of them. Oh my gosh, I know it arrived. Are you getting ready to start tomorrow? What's our kickoff date? I want to walk you through this. I want to help you. Even the classic is, it'll come on Friday. I'm going to wait until Monday. I don't know why everyone wants to wait till Monday, right? So I used to kind of be like, no, start it tomorrow. Now I'm like, great, let's use this weekend to get ready for this week. Do you have a water bottle? Do you have, are you going to go to the grocery this week? Let's get people set up for E60 success. If it takes them a couple extra days, no big deal. But my point I'm making is if I think they're starting on Monday, the 23rd, then I'm going to write their name down. Because why? Because my Monday, personally, I've got jobs too, right? I'm going to possibly get busy. I might forget. And then I've left my person ghosted on their first day. But if I have their name written down, I'm not going to forget, right? I'm going to know, oh, that's right. Sally's got her. I got to talk to Sally tonight for the end. How did day one go? Fill me in on day one. So excited it was your day one. Tell me what you like best. But without a calendar dedicated to it, if you're anything like me, you're going to forget about these people. Because why? Because we're always looking for the next person. That's what we spend 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 doing all day long, is looking for the next person. I want to keep track of also my happy customers. There's some stat somewhere. It costs so much money to get a new customer and it's a lot less money to keep a customer. So keep your customers happy. We have, if you haven't looked yet, I just saw it and I didn't write it down or anything yet. But if you go into the cloud, they have all of the dates and the speakers already for June for the corporate Zooms and calls. So make sure you're following that. Obviously here on this team, we have a power plan, I think 4 days a week. Make sure you're keeping track of that. My team personally, we have a Monday night Zoom. My speaker this week is Lisa Cook. I'm so excited. She'll be talking to you guys about customers. So I'm going to swing really quickly from taking care of customers to taking care of your team. If you have at least one promoter, you have a team. If you have 5,000 promoters, you have a team. Don't forget about your team. Take care of your team. I wake up, I do all my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I do all my personal business first. Then I can dive into my team. Who's here? Who's there? You have 9 days left. Who do you know on your team that has not yet got their $100 in PV? Do you know how to find that? Do you want to do that together? Let's do that together. All right, get logged into your cloud. We're going to go to the main page, the main menu. Again, we're going to go into the My Team button. This time you're going to go into sponsorship downline. And at the very top where it's set, like mine defaults to level 1 promoter number ascending. Keep level 1, that's fine. Where it says promoter number, click the arrow and go to current PV. PV stands for personal volume. Okay. There's PV and QV. Read your comp plan. It's in the back office. The next thing you're going to do is go from, I can't remember. Do we go from ascending to descending? Let me cheat and practice. Okay, it doesn't matter. So yeah, so make it descending and then hit sort. So the first names that you see pop up, if you scroll over to their current PV volume, you're going to see they have PV. But keep on scrolling down and you're going to maybe see some that are in red. And you're also going to see people who have below 100 or zeros. So right now I have a gal on the team. Her PV is showing $98. You have to have a minimum of $100 in PV if you want to get commissions next month. So wouldn't that suck if she's sitting at 12K, but next month she's not going to get paid for it because she didn't get her $100 because she was missing it by $2? Wouldn't that suck? So the first thing I do is check my own PV. I want to make sure I've got my PV. But then I go through and I look. And so it's a very easy message to send. Hey, guess what? You're just $2 shy of your PV. I know we have 9 days left. That'll be super easy for you, but I wanted to make sure you knew. Because again, who knows what's going on in her life? I don't know. Could be all kinds of things. And then you're going to find people who, here's a girl, she's sitting at 12K. She has 0 PV. Hey, don't forget you're at 0 PV. And granted, there's another auto ship. Like they may already know. They may already have things in the hopper that I don't know about, but I want to make sure. I want to make sure my team is getting paid. I want to make sure my team knows where they are. Maybe you have somebody who thinks they're going to be at auto ship because they're at $12,000, but they only have 3 active and qualified and active promoters for the month. That doesn't make them. So these are just things that you need to know as an upline and that you can spend time checking on your team with once your business is done. Always do your business first. I'm not going to go talk to someone about their PV if I pull mine up and mine's not at 100, right? Doesn't seem quite right to talk to somebody about PV. So always check your stuff first, but then dig into your team, dig into those reports. I will tell you what I tell everyone. The cloud cannot be messed up. It is literally dummy proof. You can click all the buttons. You can try to do whatever you want. You cannot change the cloud. You can just see in the cloud, right? And you can sort things and all kinds of stuff, but you cannot mess it up. So get in there and play around. If something just looks like a gray bar and it just maybe says something, click it, see what happens. I bet the gray bar drops down. I bet there's a whole bunch of stuff you've never seen before. Go into the reports, sort the reports, play in your cloud, learn your cloud. I would say 80% of the questions I get asked during the day, I say, go to your cloud, go to your cloud, go to your cloud. So first things first, if you have a question, go to your cloud. If you really truly can't figure it out, where did I tell you to go next? Google University. If you still can't figure it out, you can ask an upline at that point. Be resourceful, learn for yourself so that you can pass that down and teach it to others. Okay, so I'm out of time. I'm actually over time. Sorry about that. Have a great 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 week, you guys. And I know that we've been pounding on the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s forever, but that's where your business is. That's what builds your business. If you are just sending a few messages here and sending a few messages there, and you're pretty sure you're talking to enough people, you don't know unless you're writing that stuff down. And we've actually had people on the team trying to use like the notes in their phone, and that's great and good. But when the screen goes black, it's really hard to know if you've talked to enough people. But if you're looking at a blank line, it's really easy to know you haven't talked to enough people. So I cannot encourage you enough. Find something that works for you. It might be a notebook paper. It might be the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 from the back office. It might be a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 that you come up with yourself, like all on your own with everything that you need to do. But either way, embrace the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the pen to the paper, the names, and I promise your business will change for the better. So this is recorded. It'll be up on the YouTube like always. If you need anything, let me know. Thanks. Bye.